everybody. Charles, Premier Guitar, Musikmesse 2012, Frankfurt, Germany. That's Jim DeCola, Master Luthier for Gibson. Can we call you Maestro?
Meister, I think, would be proper here.
Maestro Jim DeCola from Gibson. And they're actually from Nashville, as you might know. But Jim's going to tell us about the new Les Paul Standard that he's holding here, which is much more than meets the eye, huh?
Yeah, it's a very traditional Les Paul Standard. You know, the first inspection, it looks like the classic standard, you know, flame top, rosewood fingerboard, classic, you know, controls, Burstbucker Pro humbuckers. But there's a lot of interesting new features that we've offered for this year. Starting at the peg head, we are using locking Grover kidney tuners, so it makes string changing a lot easier and more secure. Going down, we have a new compound radius fingerboard, 10 inches to a 16 inches radius, and that at the end of the neck, you know, for chording, the rounder radius makes it easier for chording and playability there. The flatter fingerboard offers less resistance for buzzing and increased playability for soloing, and also facilitates a lower action. As far as the neck shape, we have the slim 60s neck shape that's been very popular, very fast, and we've also made it asymmetrical, so it's kind of thinner on the bottom side, and again, it makes for a very fast and very ergonomic feeling guitar. Moving to the body, we've engineered a new weight relief for this model. In the past, we've had various weight reliefs that lightened up the guitar and gave it some resonant tone chambers, but this year we decided to make it a little more solid in the center, keeping more of the classic solid tone and less susceptible to feedback. And then we've engineered a series of channels in the top that still offers the weight relief and resonance that we're looking for. Going to the electronics, as I said, we have the Burstbucker Pros in the neck and bridge. Controls are kind of stealthy. We have 4 push-pull pots on all the controls. So starting with the bridge pickup volume, we have what we're calling a fat tap. Pulling it up takes the bridge humbucker and puts it in the fat tap mode, which is kind of like a single coil cut, but instead of simply single coiling it and making it a true single coil, we've done this circuit to create a fatter sounding single coil, so it's more like a P90 style fat single coil. And another benefit is that it's hum reducing, so it's quieter in terms of hum, and it's a balanced output. So you can go from full humbucking to fat tap, and you have a tone change, but you don't have that drastic volume change that typical coil taps offer. And that works for the bridge and the neck independently, so you can blend them, humbucking and single, whatever combination you'd like. We have on the neck tone control, we have our phase switch. So when you're in the center position with both humbuckers, either humbucking or in the fat tap mode, the phase switch, you know, you can hear, puts the pickups out of phase from one another. Gives it a more nasal, funkier kind of tone. Another benefit with that is, in the neck position mode, the phase switch, you know, typically you have to have 2 pickups on to work, but the benefit is, in the neck position mode, since the phase switch is connected to the neck pickup, using the phase switch chooses between the inner or outer coil on the neck humbucker. So it kind of gives it a little more warmth and the rounder sound when we're using the screw coil compared to the slug coil. When they're both in single coil mode, by default, the 2 inner coils are operative. So that tone is kind of like a... So it kind of has a lot of the classic single coil tones that people are looking for, which, you know, makes it a nice hybrid. And there again, you know, it's balanced output in all the modes. Lastly, we have the coil tap, or the push-pull on the bridge tone, and that is our pure bypass. And the pure bypass routes the bridge humbucker directly to the jack. So it bypasses all the controls, including the pickup selector switch. So you could have, for instance, you can have both pickups in single coil mode, out of phase. And then pull the pure bypass, and you're going to get a volume boost, and you're a little bit more high end because you don't have any loading from the tone controls. And you can use it as like a pull boost for a solo, and use your other controls for a preset. So it makes it very versatile in that way.
May take a little practice, but they're going to be stoked when they figure this all out, right?
Yeah, we believe so. They're all very usable tones, and that was our plan when we were laying it out. We wanted to make sure that with this many controls, we didn't want to just offer switches just to have an excuse to have switches. We wanted to make sure that all the tones were usable and practical, from a musical standpoint.
You can get the Peter Green without busting out the screwdriver and soldering iron, right?
Absolutely. And the benefit of balanced output in the humbucking modes and single coil, so you don't have that volume drop and hum reduction.
Now, it's probably worth noting, too, you also got a little more fire in your flame.
Yeah, we're doing this grain enhancement that pops the curl, and it's kind of like a staining process that gives it a lot more depth, accentuating the figure, makes it a lot more dramatic. And we're doing that, depending on the color, we have different processes, so we have like a black burst, and that would be a slightly different process, but same goal, to enhance the figure and pop that curl.
All right, Jim, so this is the new studio, huh?
Yeah, this is new for 2012. What we've done differently is now we have a Granadillo fingerboard. Granadillo is like a Guatemalan rosewood from South America. It's a very hard wood, kind of in between a regular rosewood and ebony in terms of hardness and brilliance. We feel very, very good about that. As far as the guitar itself, we haven't changed anything in terms of the basic structure of it. We did, go with the slimmer neck than we have in the past, and the new weight reduction, the modern weight relief that we've done in the standard, we're doing on this model as well. So again, more solid in the center where the pickups and the bridge are, and then engineered channels throughout the rest of the guitar. On the electrics, we have the fat taps for both volumes for both pickups, and then the pickups are the 498T in the bridge and the 490R in the neck position. So they're a very good balance, a bit hotter, a little more modern, higher gain, voice, compared to the burst buckers, which are more vintage voice. So again, we voice the fat tap, so you can get, your maximum humbucker tones and single coil voices, and still in the balanced output. So it's a tone change, not a volume change. It's a lot more musical. You don't have to step on a pedal or turn your knobs up, when you're changing from one tone to the next. It's also hum reducing like it is on the standard.
Jim, so this is comparative to the standard we just saw in terms of function, correct?
Very, very similar. We still have the fat tap tone coil tap modes, which again offer hum reduced operation, not as loud as a true single coil, but they're balanced output between the single coil modes and humbucking. And the bottom line there is that the tone is more of like a fat single coil. That's not, a thinner conventional single coiled humbucking tone. And then when they're both on, again, they're reverse whine, reverse polarity, so they are fully hum canceling in the center position. And other tone, the tones are just conventional. And that's about it on the electronics.
Finish looks good too. I think guitars sound better in blue personally. I don't know about you, but looks good.
We've offered this Pelham blue finish. That's new. We also have Inverness green and a variety of other finishes that are new for this model as well.
I think people know where to go to find out more about Gibson guitars, but just in case, what's your website these days?
Gibson.com.
Go figure.
All you need to know there.
Maestro Jim DiCola, thank you very much. From Frankfurt, Germany, Musikmesse 2012, this is Charles and Jim signing off for Premier Guitar.